Thanks, Janelle. That's enough now. You can take your seat.
Now let the pros do the talking. Our key insight is that there is a gap in the tyre fitment and maintenance market where there is no entertainment for the customers while waiting for the service to be done.
In our primary research, we conducted a survey and we found that tyres were a low interest purchase, but good service at a fitment centre outweighed price. We also found that people would change tyre fitment centres if the tyre fitment centre had a friendly atmosphere, entertainment, internet, TV and food especially. We also visited tyre fitment centres and we found that the majority of fitment centres were uninviting, dirty, intimidating, and they did not have a very high level of customer service. We also found that Dunlop had mixed emotions when it came to the people who worked within these fitment centres. The waiting areas were also non-existent in most tyre places, except for Tiger Wheel and Tyre. In our secondary research, we used the internet and we conducted competitor research. The insights that we found were that most tyre fitment centres were similar, both in design and offerings, and that through our primary research, people favoured location over specific brands of fitment centres, reinforcing the fact that it is a highly undifferentiated industry.
For a macro situation, in terms of the environmental factors, Apollo is part of the SATRP, who are the leaders in waste tyre management in South Africa. SATRP has created a recycling industry with export possibilities of recycled products. In terms of social factors, Apollo has set up the Apollo Foundation to conduct and facilitate all of the company's CSR activities. These include HIV/AIDS prevention clinics, tyre pressure check days, an emergency medical service, environmental initiatives, and sports sponsorships. In terms of technological factors, Apollo is constantly researching and developing new products in order to be the leaders within their industry. Their goal is to win the Deming Application Prize in 2012. They have collaborated with companies who specialize in research and development of specific materials required for tyre manufacturing, which will ensure that Apollo is using the most advanced and highest quality materials. These companies include Flexus Netherlands for process aids, Degussa AG Germany for silica, High-Tech Carbon India for carbon black, Beckett Belgium for steel wire, and Performance Fibers USA for polyester and rayon. Our competitors in the retail market are HiQ, Superquick, Tiger Wheel and Tyre, Speedy, and Michelin. In the manufacturing market, we are competing against Goodyear, Continental, Bridgestone Firestone, Yokohama, Hankook, Kumho, and Pirelli. Our competitive advantage is that we are differentiating because of our unique service offerings and experiential zones.
Their macro situation is as follows: strengths, international, well-established, environmentally conscious and have CSR initiatives in place, such as the Apollo Foundation, AIDS Healthcare Foundation, and the Tennis Mission 2018. Their weaknesses: website, splits up the different countries that Apollo operates within, and has confusing brand imaging separating sites. No clear direction in brand identity, confusing brand architecture, brand name does not explain the purpose or category in which the brand operates. There are other brands in the market with the name Apollo. Opportunities: tap into a younger segment of the market, expand on the existing female market, opening flagship stores with experiential zones such as a nail accessory vending machine, including nail files and nail polish for women, internet access, Wii, Xbox, car valet service, and TV. Partnership with small cafe like Preemie Express. Partnership with Goodfellas, establishing a safe driving initiative with discounts for students sponsored by Apollo. A loyalty card system using experiential zone offerings in tyre maintenance. Packages like car sound, mags, rims and tyres, and group discounts like Groupon. Threats: influence of Dunlop's brand credibility on the Apollo brand within South Africa, as Dunlop does not have such a good reputation within the South African marketplace as found through primary research. The Apollo brand possibly cannibalizing or reducing the client base of Dunlop. Confusion amongst consumers in relation to the two brands, Apollo and Dunlop.
Annette, are you listening?
This is their brand architecture. The Apollo brand originated in India in 1976. In 2006, Apollo moved into South Africa and acquired Dunlop Tyres International. In Europe, Apollo acquired Vredestein in the Netherlands in 2009. Vanilla, you tell them the positioning statement.
But I thought...
Just do it!
Apollo retail outlets are targeted to males and females aged 18 to 35 that are looking for a tire manufacturer or distributor that reflects a young and dynamic identity, as well as the customer receiving good service when provided with experiential zones, which entertain the customers while they wait for Apollo to service their vehicle. Our service strategy centers around a pit stop drive-through concept, where the customer drives to a station window on arrival. This is where the receptionist is situated to confirm the customer's booking.
This is a more efficient and quicker process than the customer physically having to get out of their car to check it in for the service required within the building. This way, the customer can remain in their car and drive past, this making the experience and process quicker and easier for the customer. It is beneficial to book in advance for a service, as the customer that does not will have to park their car and walk into the building to book for their service.
This Apollo outlet also offers other services within the experiential zones, which will be managed by the suppliers that this outlet has partnered with. This will refer to the cafe and the valet services, whereas the vending machines, internet stations, Wii and Xbox will be self-accessible areas. In terms of our promotional strategy, Apollo will launch its outlets through promotional events, as well as sponsoring car sound competitions and establishing an Apollo advanced driving course. They will also make use of social networking sites like Facebook in order to notify their members of events and promotions.
Apollo is currently targeted at 3 domestic markets in India, Southern Africa and Europe. We will be targeting both females and males aged 18 to 35 of all races between LSM 5 and 10. This segment of the market is not the core buying power of the brand, but they set the trends and influence the direction of the market. People over the age of 35 can also enjoy the offerings of the Apollo outlets. This segment of the market is constantly up to date with ever-changing trends and therefore needs a brand that is too.
Apollo's key brand issues are that they are not 100% differentiating. Their identity is not polished, and Apollo does not stand out as a brand on its own, but they are rather known for their sub-brands like Dunlop or Goodyear. There is also no structure within their brand architecture. Their website is confusing, and there is a lack of direction and clarity for the brand. Their visual identity is also irrelevant, and to quote an interviewee, South Africa does not need another tire brand. People tend to stick with what they know. Where there are a wide variety of tires on the market already, people become wary when trusting new brands. It takes a long time to earn a good reputation, especially when it is easier for customers to stick with what they know. Our brand objectives are to establish a refined brand identity and architecture,
To tap into a younger segment of the market,
to expand on the female market,
start flagship stores with the experiential zones, creating more awareness for the brand to all markets and consumers,
and to possibly partner up with retail outlets and other automotive partners. And that was our strat.
Thanks for listening.
I don't think that went very well.
Yeah, you so bad.
The mic's still on.
What?
Oh.